Okay. Kayla got the 111, the 411. Sipping lemonade, throwing light shade. Okay.
Feeling like I'm Bruce Wayne. I fell in love with my mood swings. Quarter in my neck like I'm Usain. I don't want the shit if it's used, man.
Hi everybody, it's Kayla Got the 411. Here for another What's Good segment. I have a hip hop artist, Thrax. He and I have been trying to pronounce his name, you guys, because you know I have a southern accent, but you pronounce your name correctly so everybody can say it right.
It's thrax.
And how did you even get that name? Because it's very unique. I've heard it before. Is it like it's some type of character goes by the name?
Yeah, it's the bad guy in Osmosis Jones.
Okay, I like that. How did you even get that name? Is that one of your favorite characters?
Yeah, actually it was Serene at first, but a lot of people said that it sounded feminine. So I was trying to think of a name that sounded like, I guess, more masculine, but like me still. So I was thinking, and then at 2 in the morning, the movie came on. I was like, yes, we got to go with that.
Yes, that was a calling for it. And you are 21 years old, correct?
Yes.
So when did you actually get your like break in music? Like you woke up and was like, okay, music is my passion. This is what I'm going to be doing.
Well, I always like dibbled and dabbled in it. But then I didn't want to go to college, but my parents were like, you got to go to college. So it was kind of that, if I don't go to college, what am I going to do? So when I dropped out, that's when I went 100% into music.
What was you going to college for?
I was going for business.
I know, right? It seems like all business students always leave. That's crazy. It seems I've always talked to people that go to school for business. It seems like, because I went to school for advertising design. I got there, I said, what am I doing here? Like, no. But sometimes going there kind of helps you push you in the direction that you should be going. So going there, you realize music was your passion. And I listened to a lot of your singles, and you definitely have a unique sound, but I like the approach that you take also. Is like, you don't want to do what the stereotypical hip hop artists do, where they're talking about drugs, gang banging, mistreating women. But you did start off doing that originally, correct?
Yeah, I started for like my first EP. I did a little of that, but I just realized that wasn't me, and I'm not trying to put on a false persona. So why not talk about stuff that we actually go through, that people actually care about, and stuff that actually affects our life? Because, I mean, I've never been on a yacht in Miami with 50 chicks chasing me, calling my name. So why make it fun? Like, why not just be us and be ourselves?
Right, because it's always somebody that's going to, want to relate to your music. So you are originally from New York?
Yes, but upstate New York, so not the fun part, not the city.
So I know in your music, you get real about your music. You dig deep into like depression and love and stuff like that. So did your environment kind of shape your lyrics?
Yeah, I'll say the environment is what makes the lyrics like I went through a little bit, but just being able to help someone that probably goes through the stuff that I go through, that doesn't have the same support that I had or didn't have. I think that's the reason why I try pushing the music the way it is, to really just try to help someone.
I agree. Do you have any like artists that kind of inspired your sound, your go-to artists?
Oh, my go-to has to be Lauryn Hill.
Oh, yes. I wasn't expecting that. That's dope. Yes, I wasn't expecting that. And I know with your latest project, Social Disconnect Project, I mean, great body of work. I was very impressed. I'm really into like Juice WRLD and Uzi, because they're like real into their feelings, and that's why I kind of really enjoyed that project. So before I play a single off of there, like tell us about the whole title of the album, Social Disconnect.
So Social Disconnect, that whole project is about the darkest stuff we go through, and mainly about depression. And Social Disconnect is how a lot of people might be going out, going to have fun, going to do this or that, posting all their highs on social media, on Instagram. Like, you see the best of everybody, but Social Disconnect is just not feeling like you're a part or attached to that society. Because even though we all put our stuff on Instagram, there's still that side of us that we don't show, the real us, the low lights. And that's what the project was really trying to talk about.
I like the way you explained it. So I'm going to play, I have so many favorites. Oh, I'm going to play Trust Nobody. Trust Nobody. Are you an introvert?
I think I am. Some people think I'm an extrovert, but
Probably, yeah, because I was listening to your music and even the titles, like to the songs. It definitely give off introvert, but you're probably an extrovert when you're around people that you're comfortable with and like make you feel like safe. And that's why I feel like this body of work is definitely relatable to a lot of people. And I don't know about other people. I feel like introverts, I feel like they make the best music because they're more open with their feelings. They kind of get it out through music or writing and stuff like that. So which single off that body of work is your favorite and why?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Because they all are good. Like this is like, honestly, like, because I listen to a lot of music, it really sounds like a first. I can see this on Billboard like going far. It was a great body of work. It really flowed well together.
Thank you. I'd have to go Trust Nobody or Faces.
My favorite, yes. Yeah, I have a few highlighted that I truly would like. That Sunday school. Did you go to Sunday school growing up?
I went for a little bit, but I was always getting in trouble, so my parents just stopped taking me.
Oh, you was getting in trouble because you didn't want to go. I think all of us went to Sunday school. That was torture. Like, I don't think none of us actually wanted to go. And I know this single Depression, that's number 13 on the album. Tell us about Depression. Like, what was the whole inspiration behind that single?
So Depression is just like the whole album really is just that roller coaster of when you're having a good vibe all the way to just being depressed. So that was just depressed. You're thinking of suicidal thoughts and just everything just crashing in. Your anxiety is going through the roof. Just everything is just going crazy. So that was the inspiration for that song, and just letting all the feelings be out there.
Yes, I like that, a man being vulnerable. And how would you even describe your sound? Because I can't label you. I can't put you in a box. But how would you describe your music? Because I think that's good when you can't be labeled.
I don't know. I don't think I fit in a box, but a lot of people try to put me in the emo rap underground sort of vibe.
Oh, okay. I don't think so neither. Yeah. I don't think that's who said that? Just
a couple critics said that, but you know how they are.
Yeah, I think it's always a cheap move when you try to label somebody. It's easy to label somebody and say, oh, they sound like such and such and they're like this person. Do you have any dream person that you would want to collaborate with? I'm big on manifestation, so we're gonna put it out in the universe.
Probably someone like Ed Sheeran.
Oh, that'll be dope. Wow, what would make you choose Ed Sheeran?
Oh, I think he's a really great singer and songwriter. So I think just seeing him work and going in his genre of music will really, really push my efforts, and it'll really push me outside of my comfort zone and out of a box. So I think that would just be a huge collab.
Yeah, I think that's dope too. we're gonna put it out there in the universe that you're gonna work with Ed Sheeran. You know, I'm gonna look on Instagram one day and see that you got a phone with Ed Sheeran. He seems like a really nice guy who's open to collaboration if the song is right. So So let's see. So I know that you have pretty much music that kind of touches to the youth. So what message do you want people that listen to your music? What's the message that you want them to take away?
Dang, if I had to choose one, it would just be to tell everyone to be themselves, be comfortable with who they are. There's 7 billion people in this world, but there's only one you. So why not just be the best you could be?
I agree, because you can't when you be yourself, the people will definitely gravitate to you better. So how has your family and friends been kind of just supporting your music? Because you are 21, you know, people always have this bad stereotype about the music career. Have they been supportive?
At first they weren't as supportive. They were like, you know, stick in school, stick with the stuff that's been working and do that. But as time's grown on, they've been more accepting of it, and they've been supporting me a lot more. So I just can't thank them enough for that. But I still have that chip on my shoulder from when they didn't.
Right. Right. When you get your awards and your Grammy awards, just make sure you just shout them out and be like, see, look how it worked out for me. So I'm gonna play another single off Social Disconnect. I'm gonna play Pretty as a Peach. That's another favorite of mine. Peach. So who is Pretty as a Peach about?
It's about a lot of people. I'm thankful that my mom was big on respecting women growing up. Like, you know, don't go out there treating them like this, treating them like that. They're humans at the end of the day. And just going against society's stigma against women has really opened me up about that. And just that's what that song was for. That there's so many people out there that it's unfortunate that they're in a bad relationship or someone's just constantly putting them down, making them feel like nothing. And that song was just to sort of like, hey, like, you know, you deserve the world. You can have the world. Like, don't settle for a toxic, negative relationship. You just go be you and work on yourself. Be strong. Like, go get it, girl.
I love that song, Pretty as a Peach. Like, I think it's a great women's empowerment, hearing a man say, you know, you're beautiful, you know your worth, you deserve better. So hopefully, you know, women who listen to that, who are in toxic, even a few guys, even, you know, take something away from that too. You know, we all should definitely know our worth. So what is your creative process when you're making music? Do you actually just go into the studio, need to just vibe, listen to the instrumentals, or do you just kind of write all your music down and just take it to the studio and figure it out?
So I'm huge on poetry. So each night I'll write like 3 or 4 pages of poetry. Wow. And then when I get the beats, I'll listen through them, and then I'll read my poetry while I'm listening to it. And I'll say, oh, well, like, that's a really good one. I got to go with that. So then the concept of the song is already in the poetry, and then it's just extending that and letting the message be that song.
No, I've never heard anybody explain it. So pretty much it's like you're like storytelling, honestly.
Yeah, I try to.
Wow, I think that's a great approach. Do you have an actual team that's like helping you push your music? Because you had a great year last year. I mean, you had over 1 million streams. You was actually on the Spotify Top 50 Hong Kong playlist. Like, you had a great year. Like, so how has it been with your team and stuff like that? Like, you have a great team surrounding you?
Yeah, it's been a blessing. We actually have AJ Pillet. He's my engineer. He's a beast. And I actually got my brother to start helping me manage me. So doing that, it's just been a blessing.
Yes, that's dope. Having family.
Sitting here in my silence, I need you to go. Coop in the night like I'm Bruce Wayne. I fell in love with my mood swings. Quarter in my neck like I'm Usain. I don't want the if it's used, man. Slow white for the weekend. Let me get your number and you know I won't leak it. No time for the reaching, but damn how you shake it, baby girl, I wanna freak it. Just need to know if you're alone. Trust issues, they grow. I know they grow. Yeah. Walk out, bail all the way that I ball out. Dark skin, nice smile. She might be the one. I'ma turn now. Nice night. Who's out?
Wow. So I know you have your next project, Silicon Creek, is on the way April 23rd. Since I know that that's coming out that week, I'll make sure to promote you that week so it all flows together, you know? So tell us about that project, the name, and what can we expect?
So Silicon Creek is a really different project, and I think everyone's gonna love it. The thought process for that album is really just Silicon Creek is the place that I go, like, when I'm at peace, when I'm chilling at 2 a.m. and I'm in my zen. Is Silicon Creek, nothing bothers me. But then the rest of the album is those 2 or 3 months of roller coaster of emotions. You have heartbreaks, you have love, you have the nights when you're on top of the world, you have the 2 a.m. where you're thinking about an ex you had. Then you have the 2 a.m. where you just don't care. You're living recklessly, driving on the highway, speeding, whatever.
Right.
And then at the end, you get brought back to square one, to Silicon Creek, and you're at your zen again. So we try making this one like a roller coaster of events.
Wow. Like, you really have a great niche at making your albums flow. I don't know if you ever heard albums like this where, like, the first song is like nothing like the title. Like, you don't know what you're getting into. Like, boy, you're like, I don't know where they're taking me, but you actually have a flow with your previous project, and it seems like it's going to be the same technique. So before we close the interview out, like, what's some advice that someone has gave you that you're going to always keep with you that maybe someone else can use?
I think the two biggest ones are don't try flexing for somebody. Don't try being this almighty person and acting like you're someone you're not, and just be yourself. Like, it circles back to point 2 of be yourself, but that's really what I just want people to do, because at the end of the day, you're gonna fall through, you're gonna crack, there's gonna be a kink in your armor if you act like you're someone you're not. But if you're you, then you could just be you, and then the energy that comes your way, you know, is genuine, and you know those people care about you and love you for you, and you don't have to start weeding people out of your circle. You'll just naturally make a good circle.
That's great advice. I think that's great advice that we all can take and use going forward in our careers and just general life. So I want to say thank you so much. I'm looking forward to the new album. Like, I really love your style of music. It's definitely my style of music. So I'm looking forward to Silicon Creek. So how was the interview? Perfect, huh?
Thank you. It was great.
Yeah, short and sweet and stuff like that.
Yeah. Just want to say thank you so much for watching the show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course, hit that subscription button. I am grateful for every view, whether you like me or you don't. And don't forget, I got a podcast too. There are exclusive episodes on that podcast, so don't forget to go check that out as well. They're on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Pandora. Baby, I'm everywhere, okay? And follow me on social media. I'm Kayla Got the 411 on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr. Baby, like I said, I'm everywhere. Thank you again for watching the show, and I'll see you on the next episode of Kayla Got the 411.